Hey everybody, in this episode we're going to talk about COVID-19 and I'm going to go through 3 specific statistics that may change your opinion about this disease. You see, the 6 feet of social distancing has some current information and research you need to know. Also, if we look at the time people are known to be contagious based on the research, it's going to be a different timetable than what's being put out on mass media. And the third number we're going to look at is the percentage of particles kept out from masks like this. Those 3 numbers, social distancing, contagious days, as well as the mask protection, will blow your mind. This episode's loaded. Tune in. Welcome back. And just as a quick reminder, we do healthy tips every week. Just hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get notifications, be sure to click the bell and we'll notify you when these videos drop. It's all about natural health and wellness, some things you know, some myths, and we're going to debunk some medical information that's often spread through social media that's just incorrect. The first number I really want to jump into today is social distancing. You see, in my little beach town, we have these numbers posted that you have to stay 6 feet away. Now, a friend of mine is in the Midwest and they have to stay 4 feet away. Somebody else has a different distance in another country. So it really made me wonder, what does the research show? And if you look at the most current information out of the Journal of American Medical Association, JAMA shows that if someone coughs or sneezes, the real fear is that with COVID-19, these droplets can actually be contagious. Now, you'll be surprised to know the number isn't 6 feet. That number is based on some pretty old information from over 50 years ago. The most recent information shows us these droplets can travel over 20 feet. The specific number would be about 27 feet. Now, the further you get away from the subject who coughs or sneezes, the smaller the droplets become, and there is this initial cloud near somebody if they cough or sneeze with droplets. But if you really want to look at the research, study the data, and get specific on the statistics, then what you would know is that 27 feet is in fact the distance that's appropriate for social distancing. Nobody enforces it, nobody's doing it, so you've got to really question why the social distancing is at 6 feet, and I'm going to give you a couple decisions to make at the end of this video how you want to stay safe in this COVID crisis. Now, for the second statistic that the science shows us has to do with the number of days someone is considered contagious. The word that's often used in medicine is shedding. In other words, what are the number of days someone is known to be shedding a contagious form of whatever they were infected with? When it comes to COVID-19, what the most current research shows us is that the shedding happens for a week, meaning typically on the 8th day, if someone did in fact have it, they wouldn't be contagious anymore. So the second number I want you to question is the 2 weeks of mandated lockdown. Or in many places, it's been extended to 4 or even 6 weeks. And again, if you're looking at the science and the data and the research, there's no reason to go beyond a single week. And again, it's going to bring us to a point where you have to make some health decisions for yourself based on the data that's available. But shedding happens within the first 7 days, and on the 8th day, from what the research tells us, people are considered to not be contagious if in fact they even had the infection. Okay, the third statistic we're going to look at really closely when it comes to the numbers has to do with the masks and the protection. Now, I've done a whole nother video right here on my YouTube channel just on the masks themselves, but this particular one, with the research and the science, what it's shown is it protects you by about 20% of particles coming in. And in fact, it is not intended to protect you from COVID-19 at all. So if you had one of these masks and this is of interest to you, watch the mask video and some of the myths around the mask right here on our YouTube channel. It's loaded with information, but the bottom line is that this basically keeps you 20% protected. It's meant for a one-time use, and those really cute cloth ones you're probably making for your grandmother, they're dangerous. Don't make homemade masks for grandma or anyone who's considered to be immunocompromised, because it doesn't give them the protection that they really need. And even though it could be a cute fashion statement, you might be putting your sweet grandmother at risk. I'd also have to say, a mask just like this would put her at risk as well. So these masks don't offer much protection at all. And those are the 3 statistics, which is kind of building me to one big question at the end to really help you decide how you want to handle your health during this COVID crisis. So here's what we've got, is with the research that's out there, there's 3 different statistics we've really got to look at. Social distancing, you've got to make a choice. Either stay 27 feet away from people or trust your body's natural immunity. What's often known as herd immunity is being practiced as a nation by the country of Sweden. They're not doing social distancing at all because they know the numbers, they know that 27 feet is near impossible, so they just said, let's not even do social distancing. The second statistic when it comes to the shedding, if you have been in quarantine for 2 weeks, 14 days, according to the research, nobody in your house should be contagious. However, my next video, what I'll talk about is immunoglobulin testing and how to know if someone has COVID-19 currently or if they had COVID-19. There is a way to tell. That'll be my next video. But for now, what I want to tell you is the research shows us after a week, somebody shouldn't be contagious. And if you've been in lockdown, in quarantine for 4 weeks, well, certainly the research would validate you getting inside the social distancing. And again, if you use the masks that are available, know that it offers limited protection. What it would do that is good is if you sneeze or cough, it would keep that contagious cloud away from the 27 feet because it would be contained inside your wet mask. And that would be a reason if someone is immunoglobulin M positive that they would sneeze inside a mask, keep the contagious germs to themselves if in fact they were breaking the social distancing and sitting right next to someone who was immune compromised, then it would be a danger. But I want to remind you, you have an immune system, your body's probably exposed to many of these germs, and if you know the statistics, most masks are only keeping 20% of particles out that really aren't supposed to come in. 80% of them come in. And the most advanced disposable masks don't even keep out the COVID because it's too small, it penetrates inside the mask. So get yourself familiar with the statistics, make your own healthcare decisions, but above all, control the variables you can control, and what I will remind you is your immune system is most important. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, click the bell so you get the notifications because my next video is going to contain the immunoglobulin testing. Whether someone is IgG or IgM positive makes a world of difference when it comes to the shedding or the contagious phase of this, and I just don't want you to miss it. And if you love these videos, put a big thumbs up because people always want to know what the good reviews are. We're just trying to decipher the research, give you the medical jargon in understandable terms, and maybe take some of the fear out of this because again, you have a strong immune system, and if you are not one of the immunocompromised, then chances are you've already been exposed to this. You've already been inside the social distancing, and the things that might be stressing you out or keeping you up at night, I'm hoping to take away some of that fear and remove some of the stress because we know those things also inhibit your immune system. So let me inhibit the inhibitors and take that out of there. Hey, my name is Dr. Brad Glowacki. I am the founder of the Wellness Champions, and we're just trying to bring people healthy information in a natural way. I hope this video finds you well. Stay safe, and please keep yourself clean during these times of the COVID-19 crisis. Sanitation is most important for a wellness perspective, and that way we don't need to talk about the medication. Cheers, everybody. Have a great one.